Hello everyone, this is me Sayyid Shujatullah. Welcome to Bharatiya IAS Institute. Today we are going to complete the chapter number 1 of Indian economy, that is economic growth and economic development. So basically here already lecture 1 P1, lecture 1 P2, lecture 1 P3 completed and uploaded on the YouTube channel. This is a lecture 1 P4. This is the final part of economic growth and economic development. After this topic we'll start our budget. Okay, right. So in the last class we have seen with regard to economic growth. Now we'll talk about economic development. Okay, what is the meaning of economic growth, the conceptual understanding of economic growth, development, what are the factors, essentials of economic growth, all that we have learned, the definitions of economic growth and the tabular form and tabular framework that I have given that distinguishes economic growth and economic development, that also I have given to you, right? Yes. Now, according to, let us first go with the definition. First of all, we'll go with the definition. Then we'll go with the understanding of what is the meaning of development. Then we'll talk about the factors which actually promote or drives the economic development in a particular country. Then the last topic under it is consequences of economic development. Or you can also call it as implications of economic development. If economic development need to happen, okay, then what are the factors required? If it happens, what change we will see in the economy and society? That particular topic will be the end of our lecture. So according to Michael Todero, a very famous economist, what does he told? Okay, according to him, development, the word development itself is multi-dimensional. Okay, and it refers to, I will decode this statement and also give you illustrative example for it. No need to worry, just have a what definition and have the conceptual writing you should know in order to start something in the mains examination. You should know all of this. Okay, you cannot write everything on your own because it will make your answers too lengthy. Okay, and you try to repeat the concepts in the form of writing again and again. That is the reason it is very important you learn the definition so that you can present it on the answer sheet, and that will be the end of that particular understanding of the concept. Okay, so that's why it is important that, and if you're quoting the person's name, that will become balle balle also, right? According to Michael P. Todaro, development is multidimensional, refers to changes where in society, social changes, structural changes, demographical changes, all of these changes should relate to eradication of poverty and providing employment. Along with that, increased freedom, help to achieve self-esteem. Very, very important point this is. I will explain you what does it mean. And provide us with greater choices and provision of greater choices. These are the things has been considered by Michael P. Todaro in order to define economic development. Okay, before learning the definition, let us also understand how can we approach the economic development in our mindset. Now, to tell something about development, I have to compare it with economic growth. Now, just imagine there are two ladies are there, lady 1, lady 2. Lady 1 meets with lady 2 in a market, and both of them are having what? One kid. Let us suppose two ladies are there, they met in a market and both of them are having one kid. Lady 1 is saying to the lady 2 that my kid has grown like that, and lady 2 also said that, oh yeah, my kid has also grown and he got some weight and good weight and good height, is like now 4 feet like that. So Now basically the communication which is being exchanged between these two ladies is resting on something called as growth. Both of them are complimenting each other and saying that yes, their kid have grown. The moment you also listen to this particular conversation, you will get to understand one particular point. Maybe they are talking about height, or maybe they are talking about weight. Clear or not? Yes, very clear about it. But will we able to understand how are their with regard to soft skills? How are their children's with regard to analytical skills? How are their children's with regard to interactive skills? How are their children's performing in the school, in their exams? How are their children's with regard to a particular sports? Are we able to know any of this with the conversation that they have made? No, right? No. Because they both talked about what? Grown. And we understood that it is because it may be the height or it may be the weight. Right? So we do not know the other characteristics with this conversation. That is why growth is limited to understanding of what? Anything in numbers. Okay, like centimeters or feet or kgs or GDP or percentages. So growth is basically related to what? Numbers, monetary terms, quantifiable. We can quantify, we can sum up. We can be exact also. We can be approximate also. Right. Now, when we talk about their how they are performing in the schools, how they are performing in the test, how they are performing in the sports, how they are talking to the children, are they mischievous, are they very adorable, are they very obedient, okay, would they sit silent in the class? When we talk about all of this, it means we are talking about n number of dimensions of a particular individual. We are talking about a lot of traits of a particular individual, of that particular kid. That's why when we talk about things which we cannot quantify but which are important for a particular person to have, then it is called as what? Qualitative. So with regard to the qualitative development, we require n number of dimensions to consider. But with regard to the quantifiable development or growth development, you require only what? Height, weight, that's all. Getting my point? So that's why development is multi-dimensional. Development is multi-dimensional. So I have given an example of something which is very normal example. Let us now understand the statement in this way. A farmer is there, okay. A farmer, he met me and he told me, see my fellow, 2012, my production was, this is the land, my production, the same land, 1 acre, my production was around 10 tons of tomatoes. 2015, he told, my production, the same 1 acre, it became 15 tons of tomatoes, no problem. 2023 December, he met me and he said 18 tons of tomatoes. Understood, very clear, very understood. So what I understood is, okay, over a period of time his production is increasing. But with the help of this production, can I able to know that his income is also increasing? No, I cannot know, right? You may argue, sir, yes, it is very possibilities. No, sir, the prices, normal rate of inflation will be there. Definitely prices might have increased. Okay, that is fine. But when you talk about normal rate of inflation is anyhow there is a common inflation is seen in all goods and services every other year. If you talk about this, so if suppose the input prices increases, so it will balance off or not? It will balance off. So with the fertilizers, the irrigation, the water supply, the electricity, the labor charges, if it also increases with the rate of inflation, then he will not make any kind of increase income, right? Yes, you got my point now. That is what I am saying. With the numbers, I can understand that yes, he is giving, but does it really give us a literally he has developed or not? No, because it depends on other factors like input, cost. And one more example I'll give you. Okay, this is one scenario. Another scenario is, yes, production is increasing, very good. So farmer income will increase, should increase or not? Yes, very good. Farmer income should also increase, no problem at all. But what if the wastage loss is equals to increase farmer's income? Wastage. So a lot of crops has been wastage. They have been like infected with pest insecticides, or might have damaged, or might have not grown with the quality that the consumer actually want to have, may not be so sweet oranges, maybe sour oranges separated from the lot itself, right? So if the losses are equal to the increased production value, then again he will not make the profit, right? So now again what happened, if you see his if you see the increase in production, you understood that yes, increased production is happening, but will you able to know that whether the fertility is increasing or decreasing? Whether the fertility is increasing or decreasing, you cannot able to know, because just by seeing you can say that yes sir, fertility is increasing, because in the same acre he is getting more production, means productivity is increasing, is nothing but soil is very good fertile. No, it can also be happen that fertility is decreasing, but he is using more fertilizers, more intensive fertilizers he will be using. Possibility is there like that also. So that is the reason. Okay, growth does not indicate other variables of a particular aspect. Growth does not indicate other aspects, qualitative aspects of a particular individual. Okay, that is why growth and development is different. Like if you define development in our country, you cannot say that national income is increasing, no, GDP is increasing, no, you cannot do that, because that is not translated in the form of poverty eradication, that is not translated in the form of unemployment removal, that is not translated in the form of equitable distribution of income and wealth, that is not translated into the form of development of our production capacity. Then how can we say that we have developed? So that distinction itself is the distinction that the economist has made in the years 1970s onwards, that economic growth and economic development are not same at all. That is what Michael P. Todero also said. He said that development is multidimensional. Social changes should happen, means gender equality should happen. Income and wealth should be distributed more or so less equally among everyone. There should not be caste-based society. There should be caste-less society. The institutions should, the structure means government structure should promote what? Should promote progressive, means to move forward, to don't go back into superstitious, don't go back in a regressive manner, go in the forward. Forward is nothing but, if I want to do modeling, government should open that particular area for the people who want to do modeling. If I want to go to casino, then government should make provision that I should be going to the casino. That is the freedom that I should have. That is a choice if I am making. If you are giving me that choice, then I will be happy person. That is called as mental well-being. That is called as what? Mental well-being. So structure of the society should be progressive, should be more clutches free. Structure of the government should be more clutches free. I want to party at 2 o'clock. Yes, you can do that. Take the permission, have the requisite safety standards, do it. Okay, so a government should be what? Progressive in nature. Not exactly I'm talking about party with regard to the structure. I'm just talking about how the aspirations and opportunities could lead to well-being of a particular individual and a society as together. Demographical. Demographical is nothing but change in the population, okay, over a period of time with respect to what? Age groups. Okay, child population, adult population, old age population. These demographical changes are important. Okay, a country cannot have more old population and less child and adult population. Okay, with regard to this population pyramids, we will have a very big discussion later on. But demographical changes, a skilled population, women participation in the labor force, all these are part of demography. Okay, regional developments. Okay, right. And in structure, you can also consider a country which is moving from agriculture to industry, again industry to the service sector, is what the development actually means. Okay, that is what he told. And here he said that all of these should translate into what? Eradication of poverty, should provide employment, should give us freedom, that is what I talked about, should achieve self-esteem. Now, it is important for the government to make sure that every individual in our country should live his life with self-esteem. Now, what is the meaning of self-esteem? I will give you an example. I am the group 2 officer or group 1 officer, I am an IAS officer, peon is there. Re, chale gaya. Idra. Just imagine, Ra, tu aa, wahan bait, How is this language? Or very authoritative, right? Means now I am not recognizing that person, as an individual. So what he will feel, यार कैसा बात कर रहा है भाई, so तरीका ही नहीं है, बदतमीज है, दिल में बोलेगा obviously, but ऊपर से तो he cannot say that. Why? Because you know that very well. Okay, obviously job जाती. Just imagine a point here. So his self-esteem is what? Got down. Society should be progressive enough to understand that what he is doing is also a job. Society should also understand that what his job is there, that also contribute to the organizational growth. And society should also understand that he is also a human. He also has some emotional well-being and mental well-being aspects around him. That is one point. Society should grow in that way. Another example I will give you with regard to the work. If I ask you to go to the drainage, underground drainage, and take out all that potty, etc., what do you feel? You will feel so low as a human or not? As a human being, what? Did I born for this, or doing this? Right or wrong? So do you have, when you are doing such jobs, do you feel good about yourself? When you are not feeling good about yourself, that is only called as you are not having self-esteem. So government should make provision that everyone in our country should live with self-esteem. And how is it possible? Make underground drainage system, provide machineries to the men so that they can take out that particular garbage, etc., whatever it is there from the drainage system, so that they will also have a self-esteem. Yeah, I am not touching the shit. Right or wrong? So it is the machine which is doing it. Right? So this transformation in the society and this caring and emotional connect to the mental well-being of an individual is also being considered as a part of economic development by many of the economists, and also there in the books, not just the Michael P. Todero, many of the economists has also said, and government of our present day and also the previous governments has always thought about this many times. Okay, that is what Todero and his explanation I have given to you. Now, according to UN expert committee, what they said, let us see their definitions also. Important for general essay. This economic growth and economic development is important for general essay. You will get a question that, should government concentrate on economic growth? Should government concentrate on economic development? Bring out a structured debate between these two important terminologies which are a part of our discussion every other time. So you will get a question. Okay. Economic growth in the expense of economic development will make India a 5 trillion economy. Economic development in expense of economic growth will hinder India to become a 5 trillion economy. So the questions can come like that. Okay, so give your opinion like that, they may ask you in the exam. According to UN expert committee, economic development is not only concerned with material needs like food, clothing, apparel, transportation, etc., electricity, not only material needs but also improvement in social structure and conditions. One social structure you see, one social structures are religious institutions. This is one social structure. Okay, temples, masjids. They should change and they should promote what? Progressiveness. Important. Leave out the outdated, leave out the things which are not important, leave out the things which hinder the development of a particular individual, leave out the things which tells the woman to be what? Submissive to the man. You should not do that. So, improvement in social structure. Religious institutions are there. Another important structure we are having, family is also institution. Family is also a structure. Living together, joint family norm. If someone wants to go out of the family, happy to go out, no problem at all. Okay, family institution should not consider female less. Family institution should consider and promote what? Female or women empowerment for sure, women education for sure. Consider them on par with what? Men. So this is a family institutions, family structure should also change over a period of time. That is what UN expert committee has told. Okay, and conditions. Conditions means no one is divided into or categorized into, the population of the country is not at all categorized into any of the groups in the with respect to what, whether it is caste, whether it is religion, whether it is descent, whether by birth, no discrimination whatsoever on whatsoever grounds. So society conditions should be what? Very much accepting, very much empowering, very much motivating, very much being generous to each other, very much being courtesy to each other. That is what the society should promote. Social conditions, making ourselves aware of the surroundings, making proactive with regard to what? Environmental degradations, making us to know that the environment and the society should go hand in hand. Okay, social conditions. Do not do the littering, minimum common understanding. Okay, so that is what UN expert committee has said. Okay, remember all of this, very important for the understanding point of view, and start your answer. Okay, now factors that promotes economic development. Factors that promote economic development. Okay, we are having two factors are there. Economic factors are also there, because you know that already we have learned in the part 1 itself, lecture 1 part 1. Economic development means GDP plus various other factors. So that's why to promote economic development, first of all we have to promote growth also. Economic factors are also there, non-economic factors also there. Okay, right. So let us discuss economic factors. So economic development should happen. If it should happen, one economic factor is increase in capital formation. Increase in what? Capital formation. Okay. Now, many of the students ask me that what is the meaning of capital formation? Very, very important. And there is a statement that I will prove that capital formation will lead to increased economic growth. And when increased economic growth will happen, automatically increased employment will take place. When increased employment will take place, decreased poverty will decrease, because people get employed, they don't have to go for begging, so poverty will decrease. So when poverty decreases, obviously what will happen? Okay, government spending on scheme subsidy will also decrease. Okay, with that what will happen? Government will get increase in revenues to spend on what? Social structure and economic structure. Both of them together called as infrastructure, which again will lead to what? Increase in economic growth rate. Which again will lead to what? Increasing economic growth rate. Very important flow chart. You should be knowing this for sure. Okay. Now capital formation means what? Capital formation is nothing but adding asset to increase production. Adding asset to increase production. The production could be good production or service production, does not matter. But adding assets to increase production is called as capital formation. Okay. Now just let us suppose one example here. In our country, there are two areas are there which are doing production. Okay, production of, like, let's suppose coolers. They are producing what? Coolers. And they are producing how many coolers? Like 100 coolers per year they will produce. If more to land area got into production, then they will start producing what? Let us suppose AC. So these two areas are producing 100 coolers. These two areas will produce 100 ACs. So when the land utilization for production increases, when the land utilization for production has increased, automatically you will get more economic growth rate or not, because the value will increase, no? Yes. Means adding more land in the production, adding more land for the production purpose is also called as capital formation. Okay, I guess this is clear. Okay, capital formation also refers to when investment increases over a period of time also lead to economic growth. Investment, when I talk about investment in economy, investment is for the production purpose. Okay, it ultimately lead to what? Production only. So when investment increases, okay, let's suppose in India we are having 100 crore rupees. With 100 crore rupees we are producing, we have invested this 100 crore rupees and we produce around 200 crore items we have produced. This 200 crore items has gave us 400 crores economic growth rate, nothing but GDP. Imagine investment. Investment in India, let's suppose 100 crore is there. 100 crore increase to what? With this 100 crore rupees, we produce how many number of items? 200 crore items like pen, pencil, biscuit, etc. Whatever it is. 100 crore invested and we got 200 crore number of items. This 200 crore number of items valuing obviously different items, different value, but sum together we got how many crore GDP? 400 crore GDP we got. Now India has given what? India has allowed what? FDI. India has allowed FDI. This is called as progressive economic structure. Okay. Then what happened? More 100 crores came into your country. More 100 crores invested to produce what? Products which are already here. To produce products which are already not produced. So they will go for different products. Again, when they go for production of different products, automatically what will happen? 400 crore will become 800 crore GDP or not? Let us just imagine. So more investment will lead to what? More production. More production will again translate into what? More GDP or not? Yes. So that is what I told. So when capital formation increases, automatically economic growth happens. Okay. So in our country, if 2 factories are there which are working and employing people, like 100 people they are employing, more 2 factories have come means they will employ 100 people more or not? Yes. So employment was only 100 before, now employment became 200 or not? Yes. So increase employment. The 100 people who are sitting simply and not having job, they got job because of this 2. So automatically these 100 people were in poverty, now they got the job. Now poverty will reduce in our country or not? Yes. When poverty reduced, 100 people got the job and 100 people came out of poverty, then government need not spend them on these 100 people or not? Yes. Government spending on these people will decrease or not? Yes. Government money will increase, treasures will increase or not? Yes. And government will again develop what? Universities, IITs, IIMs, then the hospitals, etc. Government will increase that. Industrial corridors, cess zones, NIM zones, transportation, last mile connectivity, airport connection, etc. Communication, government will increase economic structure. Again will be helped to, this together will lead to again economic growth or not? Yes. That is why we have proved that capital formation will lead to economic growth rate, and this complete cycle will happen. Okay, till now this is economic growth. Whatever we have learned here, this is called as economic development. This is called as what? Economic development. I hope the concept of capital formation is clear to everyone. Right? So, economic factor increase in capital formation. And if a country is going for incremental capital output ratio, with regard to that I have explained in the previous part, please listen to that carefully, you will understand it. Okay, fine. So increase in capital formation is told by one of the 2 famous economists, and you might also aware of it, Harold Domar. These 2 are different economists. They told that increase in capital formation will lead to economic growth rate. Okay, now another is marketable surplus. Marketable surplus. Now the question here is very simple. If it is an agrarian economy, and our country is mostly agrarian only, farmer 5 acre of land is there, produce 100 tons of rice. Okay, and 5 acre of land, 100 tons of rice, and he has invested 5 lakh rupees. He has invested 5 lakh rupees in this 5 acre of land, and he produced 100 tons of rice. But farmer has got himself and his family of 5 members are there. 5 members should be fed for 365 days. So out of these 100 tons of rice, what he did is 30 or 40 tons of rice, 30 tons of rice he kept for himself. Only 70 tons he actually sold in the market. Only 70 tons he sold in the market. This is called as what? Marketable surplus. Okay, so the more surplus you will be having, the more income the farmer will get or not? Yes. So 30 tons farmer is using for himself. What is the surplus he got? 70 tons. 70 tons he is selling. Okay, it means what? Whenever production happened, these concepts we'll explain, we'll get in detail of it in agriculture sector. Right now, just imagine what is the meaning of marketable surplus. Marketable surplus is nothing but when you fulfill the demand, you have to produce little bit more. Okay, then you can see if you produce 100 tons. I stay in Telangana. Suppose I'm a farmer. I produce 100 tons, okay, of rice and distribute it in Telangana itself. Suppose it increases, marketable surplus increases to 100 tons of rice became 150 tons of rice. What is the demand in Telangana? 100 tons. I have fulfilled. This 50 tons of extra rice I will give to Delhi or Mumbai or not? Yes. When I give to them, I'll get more money on per kg of rice or not? Yes. If I increase my marketable surplus even more, and I covered the domestic demand, our my Telangana demand is also covered, India's demand is also covered, then I'll start exporting to Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, etc. or not? Yes. So the more surplus a country will have in the production, the more growth will happen. The more growth will again translate to that particular chart of capital formation. Okay. Some non-economic factors, let us see. Natural resources. Means a country which is endowed with good natural resources basically will develop better. Like Chile is there. Do we hear about the country Chile, South American country, that it is advanced in technology or it is advanced in service sector? No, right? Because पूरा अटाकामा डिजर्ट तो है ही वहाँ पे, तो क्या ही ग्रो होंगे? समझो बात, ठीक है? अपना फिर नेपाल भी है, क्या ही ग्रो होगा? फिर वो पहाड़ी है, हिमालय है. So a country when it is not endowed with forests, not endowed with rivers, not endowed with oceans sides, not endowed with human population. Okay, अभी नेपाल में जो भी है, भूटान में है, सिक्किम में है, अरुणाचल प्रदेश में, क्या ही है वहाँ पे, मेघालय में, you can understand that. Okay, human population is also like population density is also there, not good. Very far people are situated. चिली में है, नहीं रहते, लोग नहीं रहते वहाँ पे. People will not stay there. So human resource nahi hai, natural resources are not there, water resources, mineral resources. Okay, so when a country is not endowed with these resources, obviously what kind of production they will do? They cannot fulfill their own demand, they cannot fulfill the demands of the other people also. Okay, a country who does not or who is having a very good technical know-how, the country who is technologically doing well, okay, will definitely promote what? Economic development. Okay, means a country should be adapting to the technologies. Whatever the new machines comes, whatever the new technology comes, 4G, 5G came, we had 5G, right or wrong? The AI came, we have artificial intelligence at this point of time. Then cryptocurrency came, we have cryptocurrency. Means a country which adapts itself with the various technological innovations and try to solve various technological challenges will definitely have improved economic development. At this point of time, you just imagine because of the what I say is that because of crane, or you can say because of various machines we are having which can dig the particular land, we can do the mining properly. So are we able to reduce the hard work for the people or not? Yes. So that is called as mental well-being. सिर्फ गाड़ी पे बैठो, गेयर ऐसा हिलाओ, वो अपने आप खोद देगा, ठीक है? गाड़ी पे बैठो, रोड साफ कर दो, गाड़ी पे बैठो, जो भी गार्डनिंग करना है रोड पे, बस पानी ऑटोमेटिकली स्प्रिंकलर के ऐसा पूरे पेड़ को मिल जाता. Getting my point here? Technological changes will give to what? Economic development. Society looks good. अरे यार, everyone is so good like that. Some are using machines, some are using phones, some are using wireless, some are using virtual things. So when all of us see each one of us like that, will be happy or not? Yes. Okay. Then political freedom, very important. Means government should have a desire of development of our country. It is important. Politics should be free from any kind of disabilities. That's why for economic development to happen, political freedom is must. Political leaders or the government should formulate policies which are pro to the people, which are proactive to the people. That is important here. Okay, and the government should also promote social organizations like civil society organizations, NGOs. A country which is having good amount of civil society organizations, NGOs, are actually having more economic development. Like Sikhs will have a langar, right? वो खाना खिलाते हैं ना सबको लंगर में, ठीक है? तो वो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, एक एनजीओ है जो सबको खाना खिला रहे हैं, तो उससे पॉवर्टी कम होगी, गरीबी कम होगी, ओके, जो भूख मरी है वो कम होगी. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट हियर. सो वैसे चीज़ों को प्रमोट करना है. एनजीओ, सिविल सोसाइटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का मतलब है हमारी कम्युनिटी का, मीन्स हम जहाँ रह रहे हैं वहाँ पे जो भी हमारी, जैसा कि मैं जहाँ रहता हूँ तेलंगाना में, वहाँ पे एक कम्युनिटी का नाम है सूर्य नगर कॉलोनी. फिर हम पूरे उसमें एक वेलफेयर एसोसिएशन बना लिए, उसका मतलब है सिविल सोसाइटी, सिविलियंस की सोसाइटी. अब everyone will talk about no, let us keep our roads clean, so we will all contribute, we'll clean our garden, we'll clean our community park is there, clean our community what ground is there, we'll see that lights are there or not, etc. This is what a country which promotes this kind of institutions along with self-help groups for the women, obviously, will generally develop better. Okay. And people should also have the desire to develop. Sure, everyone should not be like Elon Musk, or everyone should not be like Dalai Lama. Okay, we should be having what? Desire to develop. Means to become very good in future. Okay, to achieve our self-esteem, to achieve our goals, our dreams, our aspirations. That desire everyone should have. We want to see our country good. Means we have to work for it. We want to see our country poverty-less. We have to work for it. We want to see our country clean and green. We are doing that in the form of Swachh Bharat mission. It is the desire of all of us also important for a country to develop. So that's why economic growth cannot be a community movement. It is just government can do it. But economic development to happen, community movement is important here. Means community, we should promote these values and morals. Then only the economic development is also possible and impart in the society. Okay, fine. So these are the economic factors and non-economic factors that promote economic development. Now we will talk about consequence of economic development. A country which is having good, which is going with a good rate of economic development, what kind of consequences or implications it will come across? What kinds of consequences and implication it will come across? Very important point here. Okay, the first one, a country which is going towards economic development, in that country you will see shift in economic activity. Shift in what? Economic activity. From agriculture, they'll move towards industry, they'll move towards service. If a country is having this particular movement in the economic activity, means in the sense that once upon a time agriculture contributes like 80% to the GDP, okay, they contribute less. Over a period of time it should contribute, over a period of time it should contribute, like that. A country is going towards this particular shift in economic activity and changing its production structure and dominating the production structure have a dominant production structure of service sector, will generally develop faster. I mean, means in economic development we will see this kind of change. Second one, change in structure of industrial production. A country which is going towards economic development will stop manufacturing matches, candle, okay, mombatti, duster. We will not manufacture this when we are going towards economic development, because for us we have advanced a lot, we don't need to. We have advanced a lot, we don't need to. What we do is we give to this third world country, पाकिस्तान को दे देंगे, भाई आपके पास कुछ चल रहा नहीं, आप करो काम. बांग्लादेश को दे देंगे, श्रीलंका को दे देंगे, या अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज को दे देंगे. हम अच्छे चीज बनाएंगे. Okay, we will manufacture what? Machines. हम ग्राइंडर बनाएंगे या माइक्रो ओवन बनाएंगे, स्टोव बनाएंगे, इस तरीके की चीजें बनाएंगे. We'll start making this. Okay, getting my point here. So our industrial production structure will change. These small items, rope banana, okay, wires making, all these will export, outsource. That's why you just see the developed nations like Germany, France, UK, उनको देखो आप. You just see them. What you will understand? दे डोंट मैन्युफैक्चर क्लोथ्स, रिबॉक यहाँ पे बनता, पूमा यहाँ पे बनेगा, ठीक है, वॉट एवर दे वॉन्ट, एलईडी लाइट्स यहाँ पे